Welcome to Venusian Soul. Today I'm back with a pick a card reading and it's going to be September predictions for 2022. So I want you to cast your gaze over these cards and ask your higher self which cards have a message for you. We have pile number 1, pile 2, pile 3 and pile 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so. But for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi Group 1. So the first thing I'm hearing for the month of September is I feel like there's certain truths or revelations that are going to come to the surface during this month. For some of you where it is truth coming from another person, I feel like someone is going to express something that makes it very clear to you what you want to do next, where you want to go. With boundaries, there could be a question as well in terms of who you allow into your life, who you allow close to you, just being really conscious of the effect that other people have on, yes, yourself, but your journey, what you do or don't do. Because beneath boundaries, we have the 8 of Swords, and I almost get that energy of feeling stuck or not knowing how to proceed, and then something is communicated or expressed. Or for some of you, this can be an internal process where there's some sort of truth or revelation. It could create a revolution in your life, but there's a sense of revelation or epiphany coming from some sort of experience. But for some of you, I do feel this could be some sort of relationship or connection. It doesn't have to be romantic, but for some, there could be some sort of interaction with messenger and boundaries where someone is communicating something that makes it very clear to you where you want to go next. With the 8 of Swords in the world, for some of you, I see like it's a month of new beginnings or moving on. For some of you, this revelation or truth that's revealed could give you a certain level of clarity when it comes to, you know, how you feel, but what you want, how you want your life to be, where you want to extend your energy, what works for you and what doesn't, what you want to let go of. I just see for some of you, you may kind of start out the month feeling somewhat stagnant or feeling a level of uncertainty. And then you go through certain experiences or there's certain truths that are revealed that enable you to move forward. And in this deck, I have 2 suns and you have both suns showing up. So again, there's a really good omen of beautiful energy, positivity, happiness. September is a month that's leading you to your joy, but I feel for some of you, there may still be some healing or some sort of growth that you go through that may be a little bit difficult that leads you there. It's almost like you have to let go of something, or there has to be a realization first that kind of brings you through this process. We have the Queen of Wands, but I feel like this Queen of Wands has developed from this Phoenix energy here with regeneration. And again, for some of you, this could be something you're still healing from. There's already been a level of communication, or there's already been some sort of ending or closure. And now it's really a matter of working through it, processing it, and healing from it so you can move ahead. But I just feel for many of you, you may be on a new journey, a new path, or there's just a new energy that wants to come in for you. With breathe, there could be at some points a level of delay where you're kind of just taking time to go within and investing in yourself rather than being overly fixated on the external world. I just heard September's a month of change, but it's almost like it's change that's setting up for something. So September may not be, you know, completely the month where everything comes together. When it's almost like certain things fall into place, or you have a certain awareness or epiphany that then makes it easier for certain changes to take place later down the track. It's setting the stage for your future. For some of you, September may really ask you to make important decisions that for some of you could have been putting off in terms of what you want in the future or what you want to invest into. So there may be actual decisions made, commitments. There could be like signing of certain papers, documents. There's a sense of having a clear vision of your next chapter, of what you want, and also what you're worth, what you deserve. With this Queen of Wands, I feel like there's a level of joy and confidence that has developed, but it's come through the flames. It's come through some sort of trial and tribulation, or through something that tested your faith, challenged you, that I don't want to say pushed you to the edge, but kind of pushed you to a certain level of growth. This King of Cups, I feel for this group, you're going to be really prioritizing your own happiness and your own well-being, not the needs of someone else. September is definitely a month where you're putting yourself first, especially those of you where you've been in a situation where you've had to give a lot of energy to someone, or perhaps in the past your life was more so centered on or focused around someone else or their needs, their feelings. I just feel like September, there's going to be this pull potentially inward, or to get really clear with yourself in terms of your own commitments and what matters to you, irrespective of the ideology, opinions, the feelings of others. Not that you're going to be completely, cold to the well-being of others, but there's just a sense that this is a time where it's really important to prioritize yourself. With the Eight of Swords in the World, for those of you who have been wanting a move or a change in a pretty solid aspect of your life, I feel like September is the month where things finally start to move, where you start to see the progress, or you start to feel like that level of faith, like maybe I can do this, maybe change is on the horizon, maybe there are good things coming toward me. It's like that epiphany starts to set in when you're aware of, okay, this is what's next. For some of you may have been feeling somewhat stuck for a little while, or you couldn't clearly see the path ahead. You may have had inklings, or you may have had some desires, but they hadn't fully come together, or you were still in the process of kind of changing things or setting things up. And I feel like this could be a period of time where you start to see the fruits of your labor, or you start to see things beginning to kind of align. Especially with the World and the Seven of Pentacles. It's like September is the month where things are coming together. With Eight of Swords and boundaries, I do feel for some of you, especially sitting above the Four of Wands, for some of you, you may need to set boundaries with someone significant. There may be some sort of exchange or communication that takes place that's necessary to kind of set you free. Or, you're closing off from a connection or certain connections that you don't want to take into this next cycle and chapter. I also feel for this group, because you're going to be in a far more vibrant, happy, confident energy, it's going to really positively affect what you feel you can do in the world. It's like you feel as though, you can try your hand at more things, or perhaps you're more confident when it comes to putting yourself out there, meeting new people. Like there's a very just vibrant, warm energy to this reading. But I feel like the month may start out a little rocky. The month may start out where there's still some of this, coming through the fire trials. There could be navigating some energies when it comes to connection or people around you. It could be fully releasing the past so that you have this new beginning. But I just get the sense that many of you are going to work through that and kind of resolve it so that you're free for this next cycle and chapter in your life. Yes, September is the beginning of your new life. And for some of you, September is the beginning of a new facet of your life. Perhaps you're going to leave someone or something behind specifically, and September is an instrumental month where you're finally able to do so and let it go for good, and you're not taking that energy with you. I think for this group, even though there may be a lot happening, or just you can feel a lot of energies changing in your life and within you, I still think September's a month that's going to be really important when it comes to self-care, but especially like some sort of solitude where you're meditating, or you're just having time to go within, to just be. I think for some of you, water may be instrumental. I don't know whether it's like having a bath or going to the ocean, being in an environment that's very soothing and healing. For some of you, it could be going to a spa, whatever it may be. I just feel for some people, you may recharge through water. But for others of you, I just feel, peace, solitude, being alone is going to be really important to allow some of these changes to happen or occur within you. Because I feel if you If you try to push ahead too rapidly, especially because you're going to be able to feel these changes on the horizon, I feel like that could almost hold you up or delay some of the changes you're making. So I feel like Spirit is saying, allow some of these changes and these shifts to occur, but not at the expense of your well-being, and make sure you still have time to integrate the energies. So that's all I have for you. If you enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Hi, group 2. So during the month of September, what I'm hearing for this group is you're going to be having a lot going on psychically. There's a lot of kind of energy coming in the form of downloads, ideas, epiphanies. I feel like September, it's almost like the veil is going to be very thin when it comes to, you know, connecting with spirit, certain ideas, inspiration. I just feel there's going to be a lot of energy flowing towards you. I feel for this group, some of you may very much be healers. Healers, intuitives, sensitives, like just kind of very tapped into source and spirit. For some of you though, I feel like you may literally be healers, especially with the Queen of Cups and Temperance. For some of you, I feel like certain spiritual or healing gifts are coming online, or you're tapping more deeply into them. There seems to be, I keep hearing gifts or being gifted with something. Now, it doesn't have to be spiritual. For some of you, it could be a healing or, you know, a gift of prophecy, psychic ability. For others of you, it could be like a creative gift. I just keep hearing for this group, you're very gifted, and there's some sort of gift that's either developing or really coming online. I think for this group though, with spontaneous awakening, there's a spiritual upgrade, or you're going through a level of ascension that kind of takes you to that next level. I feel like you are going to feel more powerful, but while you're going through this change and more powerful in a heart-centered way, but while you're moving through this change, it may feel a little bit rough, or you may just feel a little bit overwhelmed. We also have 27, 9, 28, 10, and 11. So you have 9, 10, 11. And you also have building blocks. So Spirit is also saying they're taking you step by step, that you are being guided, you are being led. You may notice that, you know, there's certain signs or epiphanies you have around doing something, trying something, as Spirit leads you through that process. You have Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. For many of you, I feel like you fit perhaps that label, or you have those qualities to you. I do get that sense of priestess, or someone that's a conduit for the divine, for spirit. And with Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? I think for this group, you have the ability to really nurture and heal others as well. But during the month of September, as you're opening to certain gifts or new levels of experience spiritually and energetically, you may need to take that time just to be with yourself and to be in your own energy. With the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Yeah, there's a lot of energies that you're going to be feeling, sensing, a lot of ideas, downloads. With 7 of Cups, Queen of Cups, there could be some downloads and ideas in terms of how you utilize your gifts, or for many of you, around your purpose, what you feel is your calling, what gives you meaning. Queen of Cups and the Fool, the Emperor, for some of you, it could involve kind of being in your power in the sense of starting your own business, starting your own project, or just sharing and being open around your talents, your abilities, certain gifts, or certain epiphanies and downloads that you're receiving. You may be sharing more. But I do feel for those of you that are really resonating with being, you know, healers, intuitives, there may be a lot more opportunity for you to utilize your gifts in the world, to share them. Because with this King of Pentacles, I'm hearing it's like taking that energy of spirit, the divine, and grounding it on earth, turning it into perhaps a business, or and could be downloading messages into a book, something tangible. I do feel like Spirit is going to be really leading and guiding you to kind of reach your highest potential and to perhaps excel or succeed at some of these ideas, these visions, these energies you have around you. With By the Book, for some of you, you could be breaking with the status quo. It could be time. You may be feeling this urge within your soul, within your being, to take the road less traveled, or to take the path that is more authentic to you, even if it doesn't match, you know, what you've been doing previously or what other people think is right for you. You may be at this choice, especially with Temperance and the Lovers, there's that sense of being at a choice point between perhaps, you know, what's stable, what's safe, what you're familiar with versus what really liberates you, what your soul is pulling you toward. So September could be a really crucial month when it comes to, I want to say, changing your life. Now, with starting with the Nine of Swords, I see this as a lot of mental activity or a lot going on energetically, mentally. There could be a lot running through your mind, including downloads from spirit, but there could be, you know, certain fears or doubts or just uncertainty. But I feel for many of you, it's like spirit is wanting you to not overthink or not allow the mind to talk you out of what your soul and these downloads are telling you. Yes, you need to use your reason and intellect to make decisions, but I do feel your heart and your soul may be very much guiding you during this month. There may be, you know, it may be a month of extreme synchronicities, epiphanies, you know, nudges that you can't deny, where it's very clear where you're being led. And spirit is saying, don't allow fear or doubt or some of these, I want to say scarcity thinking, thoughts that you can't, you know, make shifts or make changes, or perhaps negative thoughts about your potential, the opportunities ahead of you. Because I feel for this group, for many of you, you have a specific talent or multiple talents. I do feel for some of you, it's in the realm of healing and spirituality. But for others of you, it could be, you know, a certain gift in regards to a career. It could be a creative ability. And I feel like there are a lot of doors opening to you, but I'm hearing spirit say they don't want you to talk yourself out of those opportunities. And with the Fool, I do feel here, it's like you're being gifted a new beginning, or there is this fresh start. There is definitely opportunity here, but obviously, as with everything, it depends on the choice you make, what feels right for you, and, you know, how you want to undertake this. You obviously always have free will, so there's nothing kind of force upon you, but there's a sense of spirit really wanting you to unwrap certain gifts. For some of you, this September is the month where you're really developing your gifts. You're putting them out there. You're turning them into a tangible business. You're receiving downloads and, you know, writing them down, sharing them with others. There's that sense of taking something ethereal or taking a gift from the divine, a gift that you possess, and turning it into something physical, or at the very least taking steps with building blocks toward manifesting something that you feel really called to do and undertake. I'm hearing the biggest barrier this month is just fear. Because for some of you, especially with the Empress sitting beneath the Nine of Swords, there is that sense that in order for things to kind of get underway, or in order for things to really start to develop, you are going to have to be in that sense, that go-getter energy. It's really about reclaiming your power, not taking no for an answer, you know, not allowing certain fears just within you to pull you back. Because I do feel for this group, you have a lot of potential, or you have a gift and an ability in something that really, of course you don't have to share it, but I feel like it would be a beautiful influence in this world. Perhaps you have the capacity to really help a lot of people, or your work, your creation, your gift can really, you know, help others in a specific way. But I feel like this is a month where spirit is really getting through to you, but it's almost like this sense of like cheerleaders, like spirit is kind of cheering you or coaching you along to take certain steps, to move in a new direction, and to allow some of these gifts and these abilities to really flourish and expand. So that's all I have for you. If you enjoyed the reading, please like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Hi group 3. So the message I'm hearing is, it's like September, I just heard you come out of the woods, or you come out of a period where things felt like they weren't working out, or perhaps things weren't moving ahead. There's just this sense of September, I heard for some of you a home run. So with the Eight of Wands and the Six of Wands, there could be some sort of victory, success, especially Three of Cups, celebration that comes together in the month of September that you weren't expecting. It's like with Yin here as well, you're finally receiving what you've been working toward for some time. And with time for a nap, it's like you can rest easy now. So for those of you where you've been really working or pushing ahead for some sort of goal, achievement, success, victory, it's like now it comes together. Now you finally receive it. I also feel though, with Eight of Cups, there could have been a few closed doors, or there could have been a few situations where things kind of kept falling through, didn't come together, almost came together, then fell through. And now it's like, okay, now it's working, or now I'm finally receiving the fruits of my labor or the success that I really wanted and I'd hoped for. With the Nine of Wands, obviously this can be kind of like wounded warrior, or again, I feel like for some of you, you've been really trying or working really hard at something, and there's that sense that it's like there was a lot of upheaval, or I don't know, like not that you had to force it, but it's like Spirit is showing me someone like trying to push a boulder up the hill where you had to, and the path to get here may have been difficult. Now, it could have been as well for some of you, you've had to go through so many cycles of growth, evolution. It's like coming home is the sense I'm feeling. Hitting a home run. These are the phrases I keep feeling for you. And again, every single one of you will have a different goal or manifestation in terms of what specifically it is. For some of you, this could be in the realm of a career, a business, connection, some sort of breakthrough. For some of you, this could be with your own soul, with your own development, that you've been through so much, you've gone through so many levels of growth and evolution and change, and now you're at a place where you're really stable. You have Mintakan here, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. We have Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. So I also feel during the month of September, it's very much safe for you to follow your intuition and follow your guidance. Make sure that you trust what's coming through, and you know that kind of Spirit has your back, especially with the fates. There's a sense of things being fated, or it's like what you're receiving, the success you're attaining, the peace, the love, the happiness. There's something about the timing. It's like you had to go through certain cycles of scarcity, of things not working out, of, you know, an uphill battle, disillusionment. Perhaps you had periods of time where it kind of brought you to your knees until you had a breakthrough. But I feel like for many of you, it's like, I just heard coming out of the woods. I can't remember if I said that before, but I just keep hearing these catchphrases. I don't know if some of you, you know, use certain phrases or terms, but I just keep hearing them. And then we have empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. I'm hearing in the past, you may have not absorbed, but attracted what wasn't meant for you. Like you may have had situations where you were trying to, you know, bring something to light or to manifest something, but it's like you kept attracting things that just weren't quite right, or people or situations where you're like, no, and you had to keep closing the door on it until you received what truly felt aligned for you and what was meant for you. I think for many of you, I feel like this process I'm describing may extend into kind of October, November for the rest of the year. Obviously, all of you are on different timelines, but it's like September is the beginning of success, or September is when you can see like the end goal. So there could be some sort of breakthrough, some sort of celebration. There's something that comes together during the month of September. And with the Ace of Cups, for some of you, it could have been a breakthrough. If you've been going it alone with this Eight of Cups, Nine of Wands, there could be finally some sort of connection or relationship that comes in that kind of supports you in this process or helps you move through this process. Ace of Cups, Five of Pentacles. I do feel this Five of Pentacles, there may have been that sense of, you know, scarcity, limitation, you know, like where is my lot? Where is my success? Where's my victory? I don't know if some of you, there's been a kind of a desert phase where there's like not much coming in, or it's like you had to hold on to your hope, hold on to spirit. But for some of you, it's like, even if it's not the full manifestation, it's like you finally see a sign or a glimmer of possibility where you know, okay, it was worth it. Or yes, you know, spirit has been protecting me. Yes, I've been on the right path all along. Even if I had periods where I wasn't sure and I started to doubt myself, you know, I can finally see the outcome, or I can finally see the fruits of my labor. There's a sense of coming full circle. That's the phrase I'm looking for. I feel overall, I just keep hearing victory. So I feel during the month of September, you're going to be feeling a sense of victory, achievement. I feel like you're going to be, I just heard feeling high on life, whatever that means for you. Like there's a sense of excitement. You maybe, for some of you, something may come in where you kind of, I don't want to say you lost hope in it, but it may kind of feel impossible. Like, is this happening to me? Like I need to pinch myself because I can't believe that this has come true, or I can't believe that this is manifested. But Spirit's saying you have manifested all of this, but there's a sense that it may have been such a long, arduous journey to the manifestation that you started to reach a point where you weren't even sure if, you know, you were deceiving yourself, that you started to question, is this even possible? Because it's, you know, there's been a lot of setbacks, or there's been a lot that hasn't worked out. But I just feel for many of you, you're going to be feeling really inspired. You're going to be feeling really excited. There's just this sense of true possibility, that anything is possible, that you're glad you didn't give up. That's what I'm hearing as well. For those of you where you're still moving towards something, or you're still in that phase and process of manifesting, it's like Spirit is saying it's coming. I feel for this group, you have really good or strong willpower. Like I feel this group, you may be someone where when you set your sights on something, that's it. Like nothing can deter you, nothing can hold you back. You might be quite, I'm hearing you're very powerful, but you could be quite passionate as well, very heart-centered. Whereas I feel with this group, it's like when your heart holds on to something, or when your heart has a vision, that's it. But again, it may have, you know, it may have really tested you to go along this path or along this journey. Yeah, I just keep hearing coming full circle. For some of you, you may have reached a point in September where you look back and you're so proud of who you've become, what you've achieved, all the lessons, all the growth. There's some sort, I just keep feeling this sense of pride and achievement. For some of you, you may have been working so hard for so long. It's like now you finally stop and smell the roses, where you're starting to see again. I don't know what it is with these phrases. I don't really use phrases like that, but I just keep hearing all these like motivating phrases. But maybe as well, I feel for this group, you're very optimistic. And you have reason to be, because there's so much good and positivity coming in. But Spirit just keeps saying you created it through the power of your heart and your faith, and also your actions, your I heard your inability to give up. That's what creates these changes in your life, and that's what is blessing you essentially. I just heard you blessed yourself. It may look like it's coming externally, but it came from within. Yeah, I just heard for some of you, I feel like it has been a very long, hard road. And it could have been a situation where, you know, it was tempting to give up in terms of your faith, or there were moments where you weren't really sure if you were, you know, getting anywhere, or if things were going to evolve and pan out the way you hoped. But it's like now you see the blessing, the success, the manifestation, the outcome that you had hoped for, or that you had been working toward for all of this time. And there is that sense of peace. I'm also hearing, make sure you trust your intuition, because during this month, I feel like, especially here with Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. Your intuition is going to be very much on point. So there's a need to have complete faith in it, and not, provided it feels right for you, don't proceed at something if it genuinely feels off. But there's a sense that you have that faith, and Spirit is encouraging you to persevere with that emotion, with that energy, with that truth, because whatever you've located or whatever feeling or sense or idea you have, it is on point and it is going to lead to success and beautiful outcomes. You can trust spirit, and it's almost like spirit wants you to know you were right all along with your vision. Whatever you foresaw for yourself or whatever you felt, it was 100% on point. So that's all I have for you. If you enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Hi, group 4. So for this group, you have 3 cards around soulmate, soul family, and karmic relationships. So you have soul family, call in your tribe, you don't have to do it alone. Karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. And then you have the tribe, which is my card of soul tribe. So for this group, I feel like there's some sort of September is all going to be about connection and relationship. For some of you, I feel like you're working through some sort of karmic connection. And again, for some of you, this could be someone that's literally, especially with the devil here, this could be someone that's literally in your life, or this could be, you taking the time to heal from a karmic connection in your past. It doesn't have to be present right now to align you with a new soulmate or new soul connections. With the Hangman and the 9 of Pentacles, it's like for some of you, you have to go through a process to get free first before you can kind of take those steps forward with the 9 of Pentacles, before you're able to move ahead, before things start to come into alignment. But with the 9 of Pentacles and Wheel of Fortune, it's like, for many of you, it could be as well taking time to become single. For those of you who are closing out or ending a karmic relationship, I just feel like for many of you, I keep hearing there's something better for you, or there's a soul connections that are perhaps less tumultuous or less challenging, but it's almost like someone or something has to be closed out or wrapped up completely, especially energetically and emotionally, before you can move into the new. Because with the 10 of Wands and the Devil, for some of you, you may literally still be interacting with this person, and that's why their energy is coming up so strong. For others of you, they may just really have a hold on you, but I just get that feeling that maybe it's one of those connections where it may be a little bit toxic, or just there's something not quite right about the energy. There's something about the energy that doesn't fully serve you, or it's time to kind of move in a new direction, to start and try something else. I just get that sense of closing out what has been. You've got the Hangman, and beneath it, the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like progress is slowed because there's still some healing from or around karmic or soulmate connections. And again, for some of you, this person's already left. This could be someone from the past, but it's like there's something you're going to discover or glean from that connection. There's some sort of epiphany or awareness that then carries you forward into the future. And I feel for you to have this new beginning, someone has to leave, whether literally, well, I shouldn't say has to, obviously you have free will, only do what feels right for you. But there is a sense that someone needs to leave, or something has to be completely closed out to give you this fresh opportunity and this new start. Especially with the King of Swords and the Devil. The King of Swords, I get that energy of someone that's very, very strong, doesn't mince their words, is very direct in regards to what they will and won't accept, how they feel, what they need, and they're not going to tolerate this type of energy. With chaos and conflict, this energy I feel is someone that kind of, I'm just hearing like tumultuous. It's like it kind of might make your head spin when you deal with this person, or they bring a level of toxicity with them. There is a soul bond, but it's not a healthy soul bond. It's more of a learning experience. But with the 10 of Wands and the Devil, this is also someone that kind of, well, this could be a connection that you've experienced where it's a sense of being a burden, like it weighs you down. It doesn't liberate you. It doesn't make you feel happier and excited and blessed. There's a sense of, oh, like, when is this going to end? Or when is this going to close out? When is it going to get better? With the 5 of Swords as well, sitting beneath the 9 of Pentacles, for some of you, you may be reflecting on or grappling with what hasn't worked out. A connection that, I do feel perhaps a karmic connection that wasn't successful, where that person has left your life, but it's like you're learning, you're finally understanding why. There's a sense of reflection or having an epiphany or awareness that helps to carry you forward. So the month of September for this group is all about purification, healing, cleansing, clearing, releasing. And from that place, I feel like you have a sense of clarity, or it's like, oh, now I have my answer. Now I know why that person couldn't come with me, or now I know, why that person would act that way, or why it made me feel a certain type of way. I feel with the Nine of Pentacles and this Wheel of Fortune, for some of you, the universe is preparing you to go somewhere new. Yeah, we have the initiation, rite of passage, you're going somewhere sacred. But in order to take this new path, this energy can't be carried with you. So September is almost like a month of clearing and cleansing and purification that's setting you up for the next stage of your journey or the next stage of your experience. If you do feel as though, when are things going to close out, or when are things going to finally happen, there could be a sense of like wanting things to hurry up or speed up. But again, it's very much dependent on your own growth process, on your own healing process, the timing of that, when you really feel done with a certain person, experience, situation. And from that point, you're then able to move ahead, or you're then able to get a certain level of closure and things start to proceed. But I just feel, for many, there's this energy of being ready to truly end something. Because I keep looking here and I keep seeing tens, completion, closing out a cycle, just being finished. And again, for some of you, this person, this situation may be finished in the physical, but it's not finished energetically. It's not finished emotionally. And part of this month of September is really closing out any attachments you have. And for some of you, you may be thinking, oh, there's more than one person that leaves me feeling this way, or there's more than one person or situation where I really felt it was karmic, that it's still lingering in my mind and on my heart. I feel like September's this month where you finally get free. It's like the toxicity or the negativity, whatever the energy was of that outcome, can no longer touch you or affect you. You're completely finished with it. It's time to move on. That's it, completion. And I feel like the universe, spirit, the divine is helping you reach that place and is helping you move forward. With soul family, I feel like when we say you're heading somewhere, I feel like you're heading towards really beautiful, nurturing soul connections. And again, for some of you, that may be platonic in the form of beautiful friendships. It could be romantic if that's what you're manifesting and that's what you're calling in. It depends on each of you. I feel for some of you, you may have this decision of wanting to just spend time with you and on you. Whether that, you can obviously spend time on yourself while still being engaged in certain connections, but there's a sense that you may be feeling like, I want to head into this, I want to make this next cycle and next chapter about myself, about my, not in an absorbed way, but in a sense of, I'm ready to really express myself or do what's right for me. I don't want other people's energy affecting my journey. Because for some of you, there could have been, a karmic relationship or multiple karmic relationships, connections that really, I want to say threw you for a loop or really swayed you. They left a very big imprint on you that affected your well-being or affected how you navigate the world, how you process things. So there could be this desire to go into the next cycle kind of not being hindered by someone else or not being tied down. For some of you, I feel there could have been a level of sensing, oh, someone or something is a burden to me. It's heavy, it's draining, I don't want to live like this anymore, I don't want to feel this way. So I do feel there could be this decision to kind of cut ties and just move ahead and feel kind of liberated is the phrase I'm getting. With Knight of Pentacles though, I feel like you may feel your progress in the physical is slow or like there's a level of it, you know, when are things going to start moving? Things are a little bit stagnant. But again, I feel like the universe during the month of September is giving you that time for closure, for clarity, for like reaching a level of peace. There's just that sense of coming home to yourself is what I just heard. So I feel for many of you as well, September is a month where you're really getting centered, very grounded, and also really knowing, you know, your power and feeling proud of yourself in regards to the growth that you've undertaken, the lessons you've learned, the journey you've had, and really looking toward the future heading into kind of October, November. So that's all I have for you. If you enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.